Hey there, this is Todd with Industrial Comfort. Today's the Boston edition. What that means is I'm going to fabricate something that has to do with Boston. So a couple hundred years ago, we Bostonians were wicked good whalers. So I'm going to show you guys how to make one of these pisser whales. They can't really do much with it. You can put it on your desk, you can put it around the house and stuff, but it's still pretty cool. So let me show you how I made it. Start by going to the internet and finding a template of a whale that you like. And then when you print it out, just cut out a piece of wood that matches the size of the whale template that you chose. And then use a Sharpie to trace the whale template. And I like to use a Sharpie because it makes a nice thick line. It's easy to follow on the bandsaw. Bring the wood over to the bandsaw and start making your cuts. Now, I like to do a lot of smaller cuts. I see some people, man, it's crazy. They just go around like their piece of work in like one pass. They make using a bandsaw look like a work of art or something. I like to take my time. It's dangerous. So, do whatever's most comfortable for you. With the whale cut out, I bring it over to the belt sander and I sand each side just to smooth out the whale a little bit, and this also removes any marker marks I used when I traced the template. I bring old Moby here over to the vise and I make sure to use 2 pieces of wood on either side of the whale so that the metal from the vise doesn't mess up the appearance of the whale. I then use this technique to hand sand to round over the edges and get rid of any additional blade marks from the bandsaw. Now, aside from painting as part of any project I do, I have to say hand sanding is probably my second least favorite thing to do. But, it's just going to give it the nice appearance that I'm looking for. I grab a piece of live edge walnut that I have laying around the shop. I'm going to use this for the base of the whale. So I cut it to a size I think is going to look good for the size of the whale. And then I sand it down to get rid of any extra bark that's still on the piece of wood. I then bring the base and the whale over to the drill press, and I'm going to drill a centered hole in both pieces that's going to accommodate a 3/16 inch piece of steel rod that's going to connect the whale to the base. Over at my metal bandsaw, I cut a piece of 3/16 inch steel rod, and you can cut it to whatever length you're most comfortable with based on the look that you're going for. Once everything is cut and finished, I'm going to go ahead and bathe it in boiled linseed oil. The finish is really up to you. I like to use boiled linseed oil. It's wicked easy to apply. It just comes out looking nice. It will yellow the wood a little bit, but again, it's easy and I think it gives a nice appearance. Now that the boiled linseed oil has dried, we're going to use some 5-minute epoxy to stick everything together. So what I do here is I take a piece of painter's tape and I put it over the holes in both the base and the whale, and then as you saw, I used the 3/16 inch steel rod to punch a hole through the tape. That way I'm not getting epoxy all over everything, and it just makes it easier. One thing I forgot to show in the video is that I use the bandsaw to make marks on the steel rod. That'll create better adhesion between the epoxy, the wood, and the steel. And there's our whale. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks.